from the... And we're live. Just pause for a second. Okay, we're live on YouTube. Okay. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. It's Jimmy Fortune here. Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate it so much. I'm here with my folks from Gaither Music, and you're going to be texting with Haley over there. If you got any questions or anything that you want to say, we've already had a lot of great comments and everything coming in. We're just going to have some fun. I'm going to maybe play some songs here for you if you might have some requests or something, and also show you my book. And I'm going to be signing some of these. I'll show you how that kind of looks when I sign them in here. That's like that right there. And we also have CDs and DVDs. So you all can click on that link if you're interested in a book or a CD or DVD. So anyway, let's get this thing started. We're gonna tomorrow's Veterans Day, and I also want to say thank you to our veterans. We've been doing our shows, and every time we do a show, we pay tribute to our veterans every day. And to me, every day is Veterans Day to me. It really is. So we're always honored to get to honor them because we owe them so much. You know, they've done so much for us and sacrificed. One of my favorite songs that I get to do is called More Than a Name on a Wall, where I get to pay tribute to our veterans, and it always means a lot to me. So I guess we'll get started. If you got any questions, just send them on in, and we'll start trying to answer them for you. Okay? So thank you again for tuning in. Appreciate it. What you got for me, Haley?
Okay, Jimmy. So we got, hey everybody, this is Haley from the Gaither team. I'm going to be here monitoring the chat, so keep all of those great questions coming. So it looks like we've got people tuning in from all over. We've got Anna from Ontario, Canada.
Ooh.
Looks like we've
Anna.
got Gary from Tampa. We've got some viewers from Jamaica. I think I saw somebody in Georgia. Just lots of really great places. So glad y'all could all join us today. Before we get into the questions, Jimmy, why don't you kick us off with More Than a Name on a Wall?
Yeah, let me do that and pay tribute to our veterans today. So we'll get this thing going here. I saw her from a distance as she walked up to the wall. In her hand she held some flowers as her tears began to fall. She took out pen and paper as to trace her memories. And she looked up to heaven, and the words she said were these. She said, Lord, my boy was special, and he meant so much to me. And oh, I'd love to see him just one more time, you see. All I have are the memories and the moments to recall. So Lord, could you tell him that he's more than a name on a wall? She said he really missed the family, being home on Christmas Day. that he died for God and country in a place so far away. I remember just a little boy playing war since he was 3. But Lord, this time I know he's not coming home to me. She said, Lord, my boy was special, and he meant so much to me. And oh, I'd love to see him, but I know it just can't be. So I thank you for my memories and the moments to recall. So Lord, could you tell him that he's more than a name on a wall? Lord, could you tell him that he's more than a name on a wall? Thanks to our veterans. You know, that's been a big, big song for me. Wrote that song back when I was with the Statler Brothers. About 1988, I guess it was, when we wrote that song. Wrote it with a good friend of mine up home by the name of John Rimmel. And we knew when we wrote that song, we sat back and we played it back on a little recorder, and we knew that it was a special song. It was anointed. It really was. But we got the idea from, I made a trip up to Washington, D.C. to see the Vietnam Memorial years ago. I had a friend of mine that actually, named Herman Gutierrez, who was in Vietnam. And I lost some friends in Vietnam, and but Herman was a mechanic where I used to work, and he used to tell me stories about being in Vietnam. And some horrible stories, and some of them he could tell, some of them he couldn't tell. But he told me the worst thing that happened was when he came home, they got off the plane to come home, and they were spit on, they cursed, people threw things at him, and he said that hurt worse than anything. But he went right in and signed up for another tour. And I always said, Herman, that's just like an American. A true American would do something like that. And I told him, I said, if I ever get a chance to write a song and pay tribute to you guys, I was going to do that. And so we did, and the song was a really big song. And I always like to tell my friends that have been to Vietnam, if you came back to not so good of a welcome, let me tell you, we don't feel that way. We love you. We thank you. And I always like to say, welcome home, my friend, and thank you for what you did for us. Any other questions over there, Haley?
Let me take a look over here. And thank you for that, Jimmy. What a beautiful way to get tonight started off.
Absolutely.
So taking a look, so we know you have a new project that came out recently.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the album Songs of an American Dreamer, and then your new book, Stories of an American Dreamer. What inspired you to put together this album and then to pair it with the book that you were writing?
Well, I've always been, people have been after me to write a book for many years now. And so I started it about 8 years ago with a good friend of mine that happened to be my neighbor, Dave Clark. He told me one day we were talking, he said, well, I'll help you with your book, you know. He said, you just sit down and start telling the stories. And I, at first I thought, man, why I don't even know how to write a book. I don't know how to go about that. And he just told me, he said, you know, you sit down and start telling your stories, and I'll document them, and I'll put it all together for you. And that's basically how we started. And I thought as time went on, I was getting closer to get the book done, and then I was needing another project on Gaither Music. And I thought, wouldn't it be a great idea to do a DVD and a CD, and to go in and actually record it, to have songs that really lent themselves to the book, because we talk about the songs and how they were written, why they were written. And so we went into Ricky Skaggs' studio, and we sat down. Ben Isaacs produced the project for me, and actually Ricky and Sharon, they were the host for me, and I thought that was, man, what a great thing. They kind of took it over the top, really. But me and the musicians who sat around in the corner in a circle, I guess, and we started playing the songs and putting them down, and the way you hear it is the way it went down. We didn't do any overdubbing or anything. We just went straight through, and which is, I think, it's real. I always tell people, you talk about AI. Well, you can see AI, and AI is great, but this is for real. I mean, it's nothing fake about it. And the book, like I said, it was just it's really gone over really well. We've been selling them like crazy, and I'm really proud of it, because it talks about where I grew up in Nelson County, Virginia, and the people there. And what I realized was, in writing a book, that it wasn't so much about me. It was about others who helped me be who I am today. So many people, starting with my mother, who was a prayer warrior, who prayed for us kids, and who still, I feel her prayers being answered right today. And it was such a strong part of this book, was what my mother instilled in me, and how it's helped me through life, and how her prayers. That's why I always tell people, if you're praying for someone or praying for someone in your family, keep on doing it, because God will answer those prayers. And I've seen her prayers be answered. And that's one of the most important things in that book, as far as I'm concerned. So it's not all about, just about me and the music, but it's about my family, my mother and my father, my brothers and my sisters, the bands that I played in through the years. A lot of great stories in there about that as well. About the days with the Statler Brothers, how they hired me, how that came about. And there, believe me, there's just so much to tell. I didn't realize how much it was until you really start doing something like that. And one thing kind of leads to another, and one thing leads, and there was so much more I could have even put in there that that would have, that might be for another book. I don't know. I said my next one might be called Jimmy Fortune Short Stories. I don't know. And I put all these ones in there that I didn't get to put in, but I think it covers mostly the really highlights of my life, and it explains. And I think it's a good read. It's not. I don't think it's too long. It's definitely not too complicated, because I'm a pretty simple person. So I've had a lot of great comments on it. So I'm glad that I got it done finally. I still can't believe I did it.
Yes, no, we are very glad to. What an incredible way to be able to share your story with so many people, and really be able to talk about kind of what's shaped you, and the people that have mattered most to you. And as Jimmy mentioned, with the CD and the book, y'all can purchase your own special autograph copies. Jimmy was kind enough to autograph some copies for us, so we have those available for purchase on Gaither.com, or you can click on the link being shared in the chat to go straight to the page. But definitely very special thing to be able to own a piece of, to be able to be a part of Jimmy's story. So definitely make sure y'all check that out. And it looks like it's about time for another song, if you're good with that, Jimmy.
Sure. Let me, I was talking about where I grew up in Nelson County. One of the songs that I love on there is called Virginia Dreams. And I put another part on the front of that because I was good friends with Earl Hamner, who's the writer and creator of the Waltons. And I tell people that, we used to swap stories back and forth. And I would tell him that I'm from a big family. I'm number 7 of 9 children. And I would always say my daddy went broke making fortunes. He got a big kick out of that. And, but anyway, Earl passed away a few years back at 92 years old. But I put a little extra part on the front of this song, and I call it Earl's Song. Because I loved growing up in Nelson County. It was such a simple life, but it was beautiful. My family, like I said, 9 of us kids, and we didn't have much at all, but what we had was each other, and we had love, and I've always just treasured those moments, and I hope that people can feel that when they read this book, because it was a beautiful time growing up there in Nelson County. This is Earl's song. Come with me and I'll take you away to a place I knew yesterday, where wildflowers grow and peaceful rivers flow, and the blue mountains mingle with the stars, and the memories that make you who you are, where the mountains of Virginia know my name. Life somehow keeps taking me away, but I go back in my mind, back to those Nelson County times. Virginia dreams, they always take me back. Virginia dreams, there's no other place like that. No matter where life takes me or how far away it seems, I keep holding on to my Virginia dreams. Yeah, I've roamed this whole world over, I've been everywhere, but when you see those Blue Ridge Mountains, no others can compare. Like the tall trees on the mountainside, my roots are buried deep in the rivers and the valleys of my Virginia dreams. Virginia dreams, they always take me back. Virginia dreams, there's no other place like that. No matter where life takes me or how far away it seems, I keep holding on to my Virginia dreams. I love to feel the wind blow through the tall pines and hear the pretty sound of a whippoorwill. I love to smell the lilac in the springtime. Oh, I still see me running through the fields. Virginia dreams, they always take me back. Virginia dreams, there's no other place like that. And no matter where life takes me or how far away it seems, I keep holding on to my Virginia dreams. Yeah, no matter where life takes me or how far away it seems, I keep going back in my Virginia dreams. Virginia dreams, Virginia dreams. Makes me a little homesick. I didn't do all the song. I saved a little bit for you so y'all can get one of these. Anyway, I love singing about my home and about growing up there. Like I said, it was such an honor. I'm a really blessed person in so many ways. I get to do this for a living, and I just thank the good Lord every day that I do get to do it. I thank Him for hooking me up with the Gaither people. all these wonderful people that are sitting around this room right now. Wish y'all could see them because they're working so hard, and I love them all so much. They've done so much for me, and I really want to thank them for that. But it takes a team, and that's what gets all this makes all this stuff happen. And we're here, and they came out on a day like today because it's snowing in Nashville here, and it's pretty daggone cold down here, and I think it's cold everywhere, to be honest with you right now. But as you can see, I'm wearing my warm stuff here, but it's nice and cozy in here, and I'm getting to talk to you all. One thing I learned during COVID, I hate to say that word, but I have to. A few years ago, it's nice to do these things on computer and talking to them and everything, but what we found out was that how much we need you. We need you to sing to, and we need you to listen to us and listen to us talk and tell our stories, and you all give us so much feedback, and you've been so kind to me and to the Statler Brothers. Through the Statler Brothers all these days now, a lot of the fans have carried over. It's been 23 years since I've been out here on my own, and you all come to the shows, and you come, and I don't know, you just bask me with all that love and everything, and I just can't get over it. I really can't. I still can't believe it. I can't pinch myself to say, hey, I can do the songs, write the songs, and play the songs and do my shows, but you all make it so special for me. And I love to do things like this because I really get to say thank you in a personal way. You know, I do mean that from the bottom of my heart. But I don't know. We have anything else for anybody wants to say there? I might get me a little drink of water here too, by the way.
Yep, no problem, Jimmy. And we love getting to work with you too. So definitely very happy to have you here.
Thank
and
you.
So happy to have all of y'all joining us from all over the globe. It looks like we've got some people from Nova Scotia,
Woo!
Northern Ireland, the UK. Got everybody from a little bit of everywhere.
Wow.
So in just one special shout out that we did have, Jimmy, looks like we had a fan who said that you sang happy birthday to her 91-year-old aunt in Georgia. She passed away last week, but she just wanted to let you know that she couldn't remember a time when she felt so special, and just wanted to thank you for taking the time to do that.
Absolutely. I get a lot of those requests, and the fact that someone gets some comfort out of, I still can't get over the fact that, God has put me in this position. I do feel like it's my purpose, because sometimes in life we try to find what we're meant to do, and I thank God that He let me do what I do, play songs and write songs and sing songs. But when I get to call someone on the phone, and they may be dying, they may be having a birthday, or and someone calls in and says, hey, would you do this? I am so honored that someone would even call and ask me to do that. But I'm sorry to hear for your loss. But 91 years old, man, that's got to be a great life. And I just I take it as an honor. I promised God that whatever I did with my music, when the Statler Brothers retired, I wanted to keep on going, but I also knew that God would want me to really cater to those people who are sick and who are hurting, who just need someone to say, hey, I understand, or I want to listen to you, or I know that you exist. I know that you're there. I know that you, it does more for me than I can even explain. When you hear someone on the other end of the phone cry because you called and said, hey, I want to sing happy birthday to you, or I heard that you're going through some things, and you pray with them, or just sing happy birthday to them. It does more for me, really, to be honest with you, than I think it could do for anyone. But the fact that they would tell me that. I thank you for that so much. But I am so sorry for your loss.
Let's see. Yeah, definitely. We've got lots of love pouring in from people who have been impacted by either you or your music. So definitely very special to see y'all getting to share in that. So in addition to your solo work, we know that you do a lot with Brothers of the Heart.
Right.
And Laura had a question on Facebook, and she wanted to know, how did y'all decide to start Brothers of the Heart? Kind of where did that idea come from?
Of course, I was good friends with Ben Isaacs, and Ben, years ago, we ran into each other when I first moved here to Nashville, and Ben was coming out of a restaurant, and I was coming in, and he said, we talked for the first time, really, and I told him I was a big fan of his. He said he was a big fan of mine, and he said, but one day I want to produce a project on you. And so, sure enough, when I teamed up with the Gaithers, with Bill and the organization, Ben produced all of my projects from that point on. And so we got to know in the last few years Mike Rogers, who is one of the greatest musicians and singers, songwriters that I know of such a talent. And then I was a big fan of Bradley Walker's, and a few years back we met and we talked, and both of us said, "Hey, if we ever get a chance to sing together, we want to do it." And so Ben and Mike were actually playing downtown at a little place down there called the Underground, doing jams one night, and they used to we'd go see them, and so whenever they did, we'd go up and sit in and sing with them, and so Ben got this idea, said, "Hey man, why don't we just put us together a little group, like a it says a quartet, but it's really like trios and duos and solos. It's a little bit of everything, and we do all genres of music really." So Ben got to thinking, and he mentioned it to the Gaither organization, Paul Sizlove, and Paul said, "Hey, yeah, we'll come down and we'll listen and see what you got." And so they did, and he said, "Hey, let's get together and see if we can see what you can put together." We got together at Ben's house and started singing songs, and had a little tape recorder on the coffee table, and we played the tape recorder back, and we thought, man, the blend was magical. It was anointed. It really was, and we could tell that from the start. And so, first of all, we were just four guys that love each other so much. We are like brothers in Christ, brothers of the heart. And we just knew that if we loved it and we could present it to the people in a good way, in a quality way, we just felt like we started for just as a TV offer. We weren't even going to tour, because Mike has his career with Ricky Skaggs. Ben Isaacs, of course, has he's with the Isaacs family. We didn't want to interfere with those careers either, or my career as a solo artist. And then Bradley has his solo career. But we thought, well, we just put it out as a TV offer. Well, we put it out, and then it started taking off, and then people were requesting that we come on the road. So we thought, well, maybe we'd pick out 10 or 12 dates a year that we could do, and we can't do them on the weekends. We have to do them like in the first part of the week. So, but it works out because people hire us to come out, and well, we've been packing them out. I mean, it's been a tremendous thing that we get to do, and people love it. It's different than when you come to see our solo careers, or it's kind of totally different. So it gives people two different options. So when you come see me, you'll see my show. You'll go to see Mike with Ricky Skaggs. You'll see that. Of course, Mike is starting to have his own solo career now, which he's got a project coming out on Gaither Music real soon, as a matter of fact. And I'm real excited about that for him. And of course, Bradley's going to start working on a new project. And then I know that we have, as Brothers of the Heart, we have at least 3 new projects that we're going to be working on in the near future. One is a Christmas album. One is a Southern gospel kind of type album, and then we're working on some original tunes. So you get to hear what the Brothers of the Heart would sound like, creating all new music. What do you think about that? I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it looks like everybody is very excited. Definitely lots of really cool projects coming up, lots of things to look forward to from Jimmy and Brothers of the Heart in 2026. Let's see. So, Jimmy, if you are good, how about we do another song?
All right. You got any requests there? Anybody want to hear something or?
Let's see. I think for this one, Jimmy, whatever you're feeling.
All right. Let's see here. Let me do. I'm gonna do a song that I get asked a lot. When did I first discover my voice? Well, the story's in my book about it, but I was. We didn't have a radio, radio player, or TV in our house until I was about 6 years old, and my daddy let me hear country music actually on a radio on a car that he bought, and he let me get up in there as a kid and listen, and I fell in love with country music. And this song in particular I really fell in love with was a song by Skeeter Davis called End of the World. And I just loved the way it sounded. Well, of course, being a 6-year-old, it's my first year in school. I went to school and I went into the bathroom at the school and I discovered reverb. And I heard my voice coming back to me in that bathroom, and I was like, man, that's pretty cool, you know. And so I went to class, and Miss Massey was my first grade teacher, and I asked Miss Massey. I thought as I sat there, I said, you know, I bet that song would really sound good in that bathroom, you know. So I asked Miss Massey if I could be excused. She said, yeah. I went to the bathroom, and I stood in the middle of that bathroom, and I sung the whole song right in the middle of that bathroom. When I finished, I heard this clapping going on behind me, and it was my principal, Mr. Shelton. And he said, now that's good, little Fortune. He said, it sounds good, but sooner or later you're going to have to go back to class. You got to learn something, you know. You can't stand in here and sing all day. So he took me back to class, and so, but every now and then I'd slip out and go in that bathroom and sing a song. But I'll try that for you right now. I don't know how it's going to sound in here. This is a little, there's no reverb in this room. I can promise you that. I need all the help I can get, but I'll try it for you, okay? Why does the sun go on shining? Why? I'm sorry, I need to start all over. I got it all messed up here. I'm hoping my voice will hold up. I got a little something going on. Is that okay?
Yep, you're doing great, Jimmy.
Why does the sun go on shining? Why does the sea rush to shore? Don't they know it's the end of the world? 'Cause you don't love me anymore. Why do the birds go on singing? Why do the stars glow above? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when I lost your love. I wake up in the morning and I wonder why everything's the same as it was. I can't understand, no, I can't understand why life goes on the way it does. Why does my heart go on beating? Why do these eyes of mine cry? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when you said goodbye. Anyway, I just love that song because, you know, you remember your first heartbreak, you know, like you were in school or whatever, and it felt like it was the end of the world, you know. And I just, one reason I just love that song. And I loved her voice. And of course, it sounded a little different when I was 6 years old. I sounded even more like a girl than I do now. So, but that's one of my favorite songs. It really is. And so thank you for listening to it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, what a great performance, Jimmy, and thank you for sharing that story with us.
Sorry about the mess up there at first, but you know.
That's okay. That's the beauty of live, right?
It's not AI.
Okay, so taking a look at our chat here, and before I dive back into that, I did want to give all the folks at home a quick reminder. Make sure that you're following Gaither on social media, so that way you can keep up with all of our events that we have, like all of our lives, and anytime that we have new projects
Absolutely.
coming out, as well as watch lots of really fun video clips of your favorite performers like Jimmy Fortune and Brothers of the Heart, and just stay up to date on all things Gaither. So make sure you follow us at Gaither Music on all of our social platforms so you can keep up with all of that, and we love hearing your comments on those posts as well. And taking a look back in our chat right now, it looks like Tammy on Facebook had a question of who would you like to sing with that you haven't had the chance to yet?
Whoa, gosh. You know, I would love to do a duet one time with one of my favorite voices is Patty Loveless. I love her, and I just think she's just got the most gorgeous voice, and I've always loved it. So I've met her a few times, and I was there when she was inducted to the Country Music Hall of Fame, and we talked a little bit, and I know that she's going to be on the Country Music Cruise coming up in January that we're going to be on. And so I'm going to make it a point to ask Patty Loveless if she would do a song with me. And so, Patty, if you're out there listening, you know I'm going to ask you, okay? And I would be honored if she would, because it would make a dream come true for me, because she's one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard.
Well, I'm sure everybody would love that collaboration, so hopefully we can make that happen.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we also have, what is your favorite gospel song? And that can be to perform or to listen to.
Oh, man. There's so many. Of course, you know, Amazing Grace comes to the top. How Great Thou Art is just beautiful. It Is Well With My Soul. And you think about those songs and the stories behind them and how they were written. I mean, these are truly anointed songs. They, just like the Bible, to me, the Bible is the living Word of God. Some of these songs are the living songs of God. I mean, I really feel that. But they are some of my absolute favorite ones to sing. You know, I've written a few, like, you know, I Believe and I Love You More, and songs like that that mean a lot to me. And people really relate to them because, you know, a lot of my songs are about loss in life, because I've had a lot of loss in my life, and I think that's why people can relate to me, because they know that I have gone through a lot of that stuff and felt a lot. I've lost my mother, my father, I lost a son a little over a year ago, and a brother, my youngest brother, a few months back. Um, and I think that's why people do relate to me because um, I, I, I've I can't say that I know how you feel, but I understand how people feel because it hurts, and it's sometimes we just need to hear. Uh, and when I all that I went through that, I couldn't get through it without the love and the grace and the promise of what Jesus Christ did for us. I tell people all the time, if I didn't have that hope, and I think about it, if you lose someone and you didn't have that hope that you would see them again, or you didn't have that promise that God promised us that, hey, to be absent from the bodies, to be present with Him in heaven, and to have that promise and know in your heart and accept it that it's real, then it helps us, because not have that, it would be a terrible feeling. If I had lost my son and say, man, and that's it, and I'm never going to see you again, or I'm never going to hold you again, I'm never going to. If that was the case, it'd be hard to live with. It really would. But I'm thankful that God made us that promise, and I believe every word of that Bible. Although I don't understand everything in the Bible, I believe everything in the Bible. And I'm holding on to that promise because I don't want to lose that hope. I will hold on to that forever. And so, I think that's why people do relate to me and my music and what I stand for. And that's what makes it. I think that's what makes it great. And it is my purpose. Yeah.
That's beautiful, Jimmy, and what a powerful promise and hope to be able to hold on to and to be able to share with people through music.
Yeah, music's a powerful form of communication, and when you connect it with the spirit of your heart. I always say, when what comes out of your mouth, if it feeds through your heart first, and your soul, and it comes out, I think people feel that, and they feel when it's real, and they feel when it's not real, and I believe that, and if you can communicate like that, then that's the first step, I think, to having something that you can present to people, and that they would say, hey, I want to talk to this guy. I want to hear what he has to say, or this girl, or this woman. I want to it connects us. It connects us not only to God, but it connects us to each other. And I think when you have that that whole mindset, then I think that's what makes it all work. It is like a triangle. It's like from God to me to you, and then you back to me, and then give back to Him. I really feel that, and I'm thankful. I am so thankful for this gift. Although I'm so simple in a lot of ways, I can't understand why how I even make a living at this sometimes. But my mom and dad used to say, if you're going to do this thing, always surround yourself with people that are better than you. And I've tried to do that, and I have done that. Sometimes you have to have, like when I have musicians go with me on the road, they're all great musicians in that. I love to show them off and let them tell their stories. And so when I come to somebody's town, it's not just me that they're seeing other people too and hearing their stories. And it's like having you all as a team. It's all a team work. If you don't have that team, everybody does their little job, then it doesn't get done. And so things like this right here, to me, are very, very important, where we get to really actually communicate what we feel, and they get to communicate back to us. Like they're coming in, you're seeing us from all around the world, And that to me is just blows my mind. It really does. Um, but what a wonderful gift it is, you know. And the good Lord and music brought us all together, you know. It really did.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that, Jimmy. And it's so special for all of us to be able to be together from all over
That's right.
and being able to enjoy the gift of music. Let's see, it looks like we have quite a few requests for Elizabeth, if you're good with that one.
Oh, sure, I can do that. That song has been, it's all had a life of its own. I don't even know how to explain that. When I first went with the Statler Brothers, I never had written a song before. I was playing music 6 nights a week, 4 hours a night for years, doing other people's music, and never had written a song for myself or anyone else. And so I went to Harold, Phil, and Don after I'd been there for a while with the Statler Brothers. I said, if I record it, or if I'd write a song, would y'all record it? And Harold, who passed away about 5 years ago from kidney disease, I miss him. Well, I miss his sense of humor. I miss so many things about him. But he gave me an honest answer. He said, well, little buddy, he said, if you write a song, we will record it if it's good enough. And I thought, man, that's what an honest answer that was. And I took them this song the next day, and they recorded it. And believe it or not, the song went #1, and I won Songwriter of the Year for this song, and it was Song of the Year in 1985 in country music. So I'll attempt it for you here. Oh, Elizabeth, I long to see your pretty face. I long to touch your lips. I long to feel your warm embrace. Don't know if I can ever live my life without you. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm sure missing you. I remember when we shared a life together. You gave me strength and love and life that felt brand new. You're so far away, I have to say I'm feeling blue. And oh, Elizabeth, I'm sure missing you. Oh, Elizabeth, I long to see your pretty face. I long to touch your lips. I long to feel your warm embrace. Don't know if I can ever live my life without you. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm sure missing you. I don't know if I can ever live my life without you. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm sure missing you. Oh, Elizabeth. There we go.
Awesome, thank you, Jimmy. Heather on YouTube chimed in and said that that was one of her dad's favorite songs.
Oh, well,
So definitely lots of love for Elizabeth.
I get a lot of comments on that song. I really do. I know one time, I did my whole show and forgot to do Elizabeth. Can you believe that? I cannot. And you know what? Man, when I went out to sign autographs, they were yelling at me. You didn't do Elizabeth. You didn't do it. But I stood up in the lobby and I did Elizabeth for him right there in the lobby before we went out of there. So, by golly, I made up for it.
Yes, always a crowd favorite. Just a quick reminder while we've still got everybody. You can go to Gaither.com to purchase your special autographed copies of Jimmy's CD and book. We do have a limited quantity, so definitely want to make sure that you get over there and are able to buy your copy,
Yeah.
whether it's for yourself or you're looking for a Christmas gift for someone special to you. Definitely a very, very wonderful thing to have.
It's a limited quantity, but if we run out, I'll go to the car and get some more.
Let's see. So speaking of love, Jimmy, Gary wanted to know how long did you and Nina date before you got married?
Well, Nina and I dated for 5 years before we got married. And so we've been married now for 27 years. And we dated for 5 years. I gave her every chance to get away that I could, but she was very persistent. And she just, I guess she just had to have me. I don't know. I don't know how to say it, but I'm just kidding, because she's looking at me back there. She's shaking her fist at me. No. I still love you, honey. You're surprised that I remembered how long we were married, right? No, I got a wonderful wife in Nina. I write songs, sing songs a little bit, and play my guitar a little bit. But Nina has done everything else. When we started this, we knew we were going to have to move to Nashville. We stayed up in Virginia a couple of years. And we didn't, when you're starting all over again after, 50 years or whatever, and after a 21-year career with the Statler Brothers, I didn't know what to do. I really didn't. But Nina, she, bless her heart, she took it upon herself to learn about publishing and booking and everything that you can imagine. She does it. And she's on the computer from almost sun up to sundown every day. She's doing stuff, keeping things going, not just for me, but for Brothers of the Heart as well. She does a lot of that. And she's she's a godsend. I'll be honest with you. Even though she says I'm the child she never wanted, I still love her. And she still loves me. I think, don't you, hon? Oh, okay. I love you too. Anyway, I couldn't do without her and wouldn't want to do without her. Oh, like you said, you got to have a team. And believe me, she's right there at the top. She keeps it all together and works really, really hard for me and for my cause. And my cause is God, family, and this country. And it's kind of in that order. And I'm just thankful and blessed to have her. So thanks for asking that question. I appreciate that.
Awesome. So before we wrap up, I did just want to remind everybody that if you want to be able to watch Jimmy's TV special, Songs of an American Dreamer, and watch the full-length video, if you go to GaitherTVPlus.com and sign up for a account there, you can get a 7-day free trial to test it out and see if you like it. And then if you stick with it, it's only $4.99 per month, and that'll give you access to all of Jimmy's TV shows, as well as Brothers of the Heart and all of the Gaither homecomings. So if you're a fan of music, this is a great thing for you to have. So definitely recommend that you all check that out and give it a try.
There's so many great artists on the Gaither label. It really is. And I get asked a lot, Jimmy, you're around all the artists and all the Gaither people, and is it for real? They always ask me that. And you know what? Honest to God, it's so real. everyone you see on there, we're each other's cheerleaders. They cheer us on, and they build us up, and they are genuine fans. We're all fans of each other, and I said, they said, is Bill really as nice as he seems? And the answer is yes. He's genuine. He's just a wonderful person. Not just because of what he's done for me, but I mean, well, I saw all those years we used to watch all the videos on our with the Statler brothers. We were big fans. On the bus, we watched the videos all the time about all the Gaither videos and everything, and so I would watch it. I didn't really know Bill at the time, but as time has gone on, and then I've signed with the Gaither organization a few years back, and I really have gotten to know Bill and Gloria, on a personal level, and I got to tell you, they're wonderful people. They really are, and have done a lot for me, and a lot for a lot of other people, and done so much for gospel music, and for what we do. I mean, they really have. They did a lot for the Statler brothers as well. So, yeah, it's real. I can tell you that. And I love them so much. They love the Lord with all their hearts, and that's everything to them. And so, that's one question that I wanted to answer on this program. So,
Well, we are definitely very happy to have you as part of the Gaither family, Jimmy.
thank you.
Taking a look at the clock, I can't believe it's already almost been
Oh
an
my
hour.
gosh, yeah.
Time has definitely been flying. So glad to have all of y'all still on with us. So before we wrap up, just another quick reminder, if you want to purchase your copy of this autographed CD and book, you can do that on Gaither.com
Right
or
there.
the links.
There's the book.
Yes, Jimmy was kind enough to take the time to autograph these for you, so definitely very, very special.
Look at
thing
that little
to
boy
have.
right there on the back of that thing. That's when I was singing in the bathroom at the elementary school. That's me right there.
Okay, so Jimmy, it looks like we might have time for just one more song before we say goodbye.
Yeah, let me do a little song. Say thank you to everybody. I found a little guitar. The story's in this book. When I was 8 years old, in a dump near my home, it had 2 strings on it, and I took it home and played it for 4 years before Mom and Daddy got me a real guitar with 6 strings on it. But I'm gonna say from that little guitar in that dump so many years ago. This from that guitar from me to you. This old guitar taught me to sing a love song, taught me how to laugh and how to cry, introduced me to some friends of mine, and brightened up some days, and helped me make it through some lonely nights. Whoa, what a friend to have on a cold and lonely night. This old guitar gave me my lovely lady, opened up her eyes and ears to me. It brought us close together, and I guess it broke her heart, but opened up space for us to be. What a lovely place and a lovely space to see. You helped me sing my songs out here on the road. You've taken me to places I never dreamed I'd go, and you sat there in the silence, in your case or in your stand, but always seemed to bring me life when I place you in my hands. This old guitar gave me my life, my living, and all the stories I've been told. I love to serenade the stars that shine at a sunny mountainside, but most of all I sing my songs for you. I love to sing my songs for you. Yes, I do, you know. I love you all. Thank you so much. God bless each and every one of you.